welcome to Energy Tonight, episode 7 with Max Rice, Ryan Dickey, all the way in Ohio.
What's going on, guys? It is Friday, June the 12th. This is episode 7 of Energy Tonight. We're going to be talking about some interesting topics today, renewable energy, but we're going to start talking about The Matrix.
It's not very often that you see a really cool movie made about your profession. This is the best movie on energy that I've seen in a while.
Absolutely.
This is really a movie all about energy.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
I mean, just the rise of AI. And yeah, it's unbelievable. But Max, maybe catch viewers up to speed who may not have seen the movie or haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay, so we're going to take the red pill on this, folks. Forget everything you thought about The Matrix. It's a movie all about energy. The entire plot of the movie is that a lot of people are afraid of machines and AI taking over. They create AI at some point in the 21st century, and then the sun stops shining, like probably because of a nuclear war or something, and this AI needs an energy source. And so they rebel against the humans because humans create energy every day. We are energy, and we create energy. And so the AI brainwashes the humans, finds a way to kind of put them into like a pod.
Yeah.
Force them to reproduce in a way and just turns human beings into batteries and uses them as a source to power the computer. And the way they do that is they kind of brainwash the humans into thinking they're in like an idealized version of the 21st century when they're not. They're just in a dark pod being pumped with energy and storing energy until a rogue group wakes up and decides to fight the machine. And I'm not going to spoil the movie. But Ryan, what are your thoughts?
Great explanation. I'm glad you didn't ruin the ending of it.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. Even if you're not an energy nerd like us, it's a great movie. But as far as AI goes, it's been something that I've been a little bit weary of since I heard about it. In essence, we're trying to get technology to behave, more like humans and have the intelligence that we do.
I hate to jump in, but there was a recent example that I have to talk about.
I know which one you're going to give, yeah.
You look it up. Yeah, in 2014-ish, they're like Facebook and Google decided to like come up with an experiment to create like an AI like chatbot. And it was going to talk to random people across the internet, and it was going to learn more and become more and more like a human. I think it took like 48 hours before it was a total Nazi calling for genocide of like multiple groups, like eat all the humans, kill. It was messed up, and they had to pull the bot.
It was bad. It was very dark.
Very dark. That was the craziest thing because I remember it. Like I was one of the early persons talking to Tay, and Tay was cool. And I'm Jewish.
Wow.
She did not like me. Like 40 hours later, she took the wrong pill.
Yeah, apparently she did.
Pill. Yeah, and she was
okay. So you actually remember messaging it?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Something that many folks don't know is that humans are made with electricity running through us. Up to 2,200 watts at a time a human can put out. That's why you might move the blanket around and you see a spark. If you wonder why that is, it's electricity from your body, reacting with something outside. So,
absolutely, because the main biggest challenge with energy is that like it needs to be used or stored immediately. And that's why we aren't having human-powered stuff right now. And that's why the machines need to keep us wired in our pods. And one question for you, Ryan, like as an energy consultant, I got some takes as well. If you were evil, let's say, we brainwash you, take all your morals away. Agent Smith, the computers from the movie hire you to be an energy consultant. How would you, what would be some retrofits or improvements that you would add?
Okay, so I like the idea of human energy because we do need to control them. Again, I'm evil.
You're evil, yeah.
So
doesn't matter.
I don't think like Ryan. I think like evil, AI. So yeah, we need to control the humans, and we need to find a way to harness as much energy from them as possible. I think where they were going wrong in the movie is they were just putting them in the pods, and they were just pulling energy out of their bodies while they were in some kind of like
great because like they're doing like you're at 100 watts instead of the 1,000 that you were talking about.
Exactly. So you really increase that output by maybe like a treadmill or anything that's gonna find a way to brainwash some of the humans to work for me. Or create my own AIs to go out and to collect resources for me, because if I'm going to be, overworking my humans to create as much energy as possible, I have to feed them. They need protein, they need amino acids, they need to be able to keep running so I can have as much power as possible.
Like they should just use nuclear energy and kill the humans. Because
Yeah,
it is too hard to control us. And I do agree, they probably do need some more like human managers to keep everyone in line and believe in
right.
the Matrix.
Yeah.
And with
So
the
what would
treadmill,
your
100%.
approach be?
Yeah, I'm dead with you with with like kind of a non-electric treadmill, and they
Yeah.
need it kind of be like a video game where you have like where you're running and you have the
Yes.
wires, and so it's kind of like they're not just running more by
I
force,
got an
they're running more
idea.
'cause they want to. They want to run.
You know the game
That,
Temple Run? Remember that the game?
that would be everyone's life.
Yes, an infinite game of Temple Run.
Yeah. And then I think the design maybe there's got to be a more centralized way to do it. Like I
Yeah,
think the structure itself, I would move like the compound somewhere else in a more like efficient way.
right.
Seemed like a lot of wasted space.
Yeah,
in-
and that's the thing you realize. Sure, artificial intelligence probably has more bandwidth than we do, but that human factor just can't be replaced.
No,
Can't be. That common sense that comes from experience, it can't be replaced by a computer. Um,
I
or
mean
maybe it could.
that's why I'm not scared now. But I'm half scared, half not scared because they say they are like just taking computers to new unimaginable places with quant, and like Google had a secret quant computer that they may or may have.
Yes, we don't know how smart it really is. Maybe
Exactly.
AI is well aware of deception, and they want us to think that we have nothing to worry about. But really, they're tricking us. So who knows?
Maybe we're in the Matrix right now. Maybe
Yeah,
we're in the Matrix
who
right now.
knows?
So I was at a hackathon, which are really fun events. Anyone listening, Ryan, suggest you to go if there's any around.
Okay,
And I was with the founder of Oculus because I was a
okay,
big
wow.
hater on VR, and I told him like this is just like a glorified Dixie Cup telephone. It's like no different than like me putting my phone and doing this. Like what the
Yes,
hell is this? And no, it's crazy. But he was really respectful. I was a jackass, and he took me through it, and I really think it could change a
yeah,
lot of if that's what's thing is like you're solving problems, but you're creating more. Like it could completely solve education. Imagine taking a class from Neil deGrasse Tyson on Saturn,
yeah.
like cheaper than college. That would be really cool.
Oh
But
yeah,
imagine what
absolutely.
that does to your eyesight. Like I'm not sold that that's healthy to do that for, especially if you're a gamer for 10 hours a day, and then
Agreed.
also for like activity. Like eventually we're not gonna have a reason to move. We're gonna be like Wally in a
I
chair
know.
uh, with the Mountain Dew.
And this has been going on for a while, but I think this is more prevalent of a conversation than ever. Is okay, how are we producing energy as a world going forward? So let's talk about reality,
Yeah.
if you will. I don't know, red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's talk about what we think our reality is, and let's brainstorm some ways that you and I have for. Well, I guess Max, I'd like you to share your perspective on renewable energy in general first, and then let's talk about some ideas, that we've been hearing about, some ideas we have of our own, and so forth.
Well, first off, the government just took over the phrase renewable energy, and there's a lot of just like funny business. Like I don't know how trees snuck into renewable and corn. Like the corn lobby is very powerful because that really affects food. Even though it is renewable, it affects food prices. And trees like they said, I think it takes 120 years for a tree to grow back. Guess that's renewable. I don't think so, and nuclear's not. But my main thing is like yeah, it all what's it called? My main thing is that we're kind of focusing on the wrong thing and we're not focusing on the demand of energy because it doesn't matter what we use if we continue to grow as a population and rely more and more.
Agreed. Absolutely, and that's a problem that's often overlooked. As population grows, as technology grows, as we transition to potentially using cryptocurrency or something of the likes as a way to, as our new currency, that all that all requires a substantial amount of power. So, if anything, I think you could make a strong case that demand is only going to increase over time.
Oh, for sure. Everything is becoming more electrified and cryptocurrency is becoming more and more legitimate. And so you might see it adopted on a insane like basis where a whole country might switch over to
Yeah.
so currency goes up and down. You could also see a currency just completely failing or just like a certain like mindset, like government mindset where they want to do it.
Absolutely.
And as you said, like one of my favorite, it's like an internet joke where they say crypto mining is like going like stalling your car in a parking lot doing math problems to buy heroin. Like there is a lot of energy being used in
Yes.
cryptocurrency, especially the current way where they're mining, where they reliant on computer servers to
Yep.
crack codes all day. So yeah, so with that in mind, so with like, okay, we're not gonna fix, we're good guys. We're not gonna fix demand. People are gonna keep using, and we're keep becoming more reliant on energy. Like, yeah, what do we do? And one crazy idea that's been proposed that I love is like people have been saying I'm against solar energy. I'm not. Like solar was like one of the first like creative ways that people use energy. Like in Egypt, they use solar for heat.
Yeah, you want people to be educated on it.
And yet I want to use it in a smarter way. Like
Yeah.
the one thing I think would be really cool is a solar satellite. Because then you'd be 100% capacity. It would catch 100% of the sun, and then we already have the technology to beam it down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder why that hasn't been implemented.
I think they said it would cost like billions. It would cost maybe like $100 billion. It's definitely being worked on. I think it was kind of a plot of the James Bond Die Another Day. We're gonna keep talking about movies. That was the Bond.
I haven't seen it.
Like he was doing that, but he used it to like as a weapon, obviously.
Gotcha. Yeah, haven't seen it. An interesting form of generation that I've been following for a little while, and it was actually a popular Chevron commercial maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They talked about how they were making some advancements in the research of using algae as a way to harness hydrogen and create energy. And some scientists in Israel actually just yesterday confirmed that they were able to create energy from algae. So pretty big deal. Still pretty early to see how that's going to pan out. But I really personally I like the idea of finding resources such as algae to to create electricity. I mean, it's not too much different than natural gas. Natural gas is just after stuff like algae dies and it's pressurized under the core. But this would only encourage us to make our earth healthier.
Ryan, I hate to be a cynic, but are they adding enzymes to the algae? Or are they naturally occurring? Because I think
I do not know.
I think
I'm gonna have to. That wasn't specified in the article. I'm gonna have to take a look. Do you know anything about that?
I think they are. But agreed. Like that. Like we need to like put our energy, our like mental energy, towards like some sort of cool natural solution.
And I think just the fact that we're finding something like algae that has great potential to provide, to be provided as a resource is big.
It's so much better than like for biofuel, like coming from algae, like forgetting carbon or anything like that. Like it's so much better than getting it from something that has other uses like corn.
Yeah, we'll see. So a Bloomberg article, Bloomberg Green, it's called How to Grow Green. Article that may be worth checking out.
Legally, guys.
Huh?
Legally, how to grow green legally.
Yes. We are talking about green energy. Yeah, we're not telling you guys how to grow anything other than green energy. Yeah, and this is a Bloomberg article that we do not have rights to. We're just sharing. But there's a lot of different interesting ideas, some that I strongly disagree with, some that are intriguing to me. But, one that popped up was incentivizing people to generate their own clean energy, which is kind of already being done through solar and some utilities to where you can push solar back on into the grid and receive, some money for that.
Like that is definitely very interesting to think about because it is being done, but it's not being done in a way that's like tangible to your average user.
Just thinking of farms and, if you can incentivize somebody to set wind turbines up, not for their farm, but for their community, the tax benefits that could go along with that. There's a lot to think about, and I'm glad I'm not making, I'm glad I'm not.
Why would you work? Because like a lot of these decisions, they make the right decision, but they just slip in the BS.
Yeah.
We need to
So
kick.
another one is that's suggested on this Bloomberg article is that, you know, the government starts playing favorites with electric vehicles.
My thing is like I'm just like I just talk a lot of smack. Like I drive an electric car, you drive an electric car. Definitely pro electric vehicle. Just I think that I just like it's like nails on the chalkboard. And I saw a great video kind of explaining the economics of a hyperloop. If they were to create hyperloops throughout the U.S., it would save a lot of energy.
It would change everything.
It would.
I
And
think
you
it could be a
national
revolution.
needs for that to happen. So
I think, you know, it would be the next revolution of our country. I think, you know, we had the Industrial Revolution, and that's, you know, the biggest in our recent history. I think this would be the transportation revolution. Another idea on this article, last one I think is worth mentioning. It just has to do with education. I think so many folks just have no idea how energy is even created. They don't know what natural gas is. They don't know what gasoline is going in their car. And that was me before I got into the business. You know, it's not a part of our education, but it's a part of our everyday lives. So I think it needs to become a part of curriculum for elementary students, for high school students. But also, I'd like to see more universities adopting, you know, degrees and programs for energy professionals. Because if you want to make a change on a large scale, it starts with educating as many people as possible on it. Because logically, it makes sense to improve efficiencies within, you know, energy generation, and obviously the results of that are positive. So I think it starts with education.
and we talk about like school being useful and preparing people for the broader world. Energy is the only universal currency. So I think they should make like especially the basic units and basic concepts like necessary like to even like graduate.
Agreed. So let's go back to the Matrix. Let's say, you know, we find out that we're living in this reality that was created by this artificial reality that was created by AI, and that our life is not real and it's meaningless. We're just in a pod and being used for energy. You know, you get the red pill to know that and have that knowledge and to fight that, or the blue pill just to go back to things as normal and you just live through ignorance of not knowing that, you know, the reality is falsified. So what are you taking, Max?
Well, I think the key thing to do in the Matrix is like if you take the red pill, you have a very low chance of succeeding as well. I'm taking that red pill.
Yep.
Me and Mr. Musk. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I need to know, you know, and it'd be worth the risk for me.
And do you trust the robots? Like in the movie, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a character that took the red pill and he wants to switch back into the blue pill, back into this fake Matrix world. I wouldn't trust the machines. Like
I don't either.
Like selling your soul to the devil too. Like
Yep.
We don't have to get into that too much either, but like you're gonna trust the devil, you're gonna trust a machine to like follow through on the deal. No, they're gonna make an example of me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to be a horrible character in the Matrix if they put me back in. Yeah. Yes, that's
all
good.
right, man. Anything else before we wrap up tonight's show?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on, like we talked about, Nikola stock? Buy, sell, hype, no hype, hydrogen trucks.
I've had it on my to-do list to research this week because my one of my buddies got real excited about it, and we talked about it a little bit last week. But I honestly not informed enough to speak on it.
Well, that'd be a good topic for next week because I'm starting to get informed and I'm starting to be a hater. So
okay.
let's save that hate for next week. Not on the idea of electric vehicles.
In my little research, I was pretty bearish on it.
Yeah.
But you know, I need to do some more research on it. I think people overreacted a little bit.
They did, or they might have. We'll see. They also might be in the Matrix, so
who knows?
Who knows? On the treadmill playing Temple Run.
So, right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We'll see everyone for episode 8.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys next time.